I'm so excited to see you tonight.
First date, baby. First date, I can't wait. First date.
Hello, you guys, and welcome to another episode of First Date with me as your host, Lauren Compton. I'm so excited to have my first married couple on the show today. They have a YouTube channel called Nikki and Jim. Give it up for Jim and Nikki Norton.
Hello.
Oh my God.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us. We're your first married couple?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
What traditional.
Yeah. Yeah, we're the typical married couple, yeah.
Yes.
Well, Nikki, I don't know if you know, but I have this menu. And I
Okay.
have some appetizer questions,
Oh my
main course
God.
questions,
Okay.
a tasting menu. It's like being like on a little dinner date here.
Okay. I love dinners.
So you guys have been all over the place.
Yeah, we're promoting, so it's weird to do podcasts with my wife. Like, you know, I mean, I've never done anything but solo my whole career.
Yeah.
But we're doing a bunch of podcasts and then kind of filming together, and it's just so strange to be doing something. Like, I'm actually enjoying this as opposed to other stuff I've done that I didn't want to do.
It's a whole new world. I told Jim that I would be fine just being private, and now it's all out there. It's very new.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the last time you came on my show, I didn't know that you were married, but you've been married for a while now, right?
Oh, 2 years. Yeah. We didn't talk about it until we decided we were going to be public. We wanted to know that we were happy being married. We wanted to know that we were a good couple. Because you don't want to like say, hey, we're married. And all of a sudden, 6 months later, you're divorced and you have to explain it. So
Yeah.
we wanted to make sure that it was legit and we were happy, and we are.
Let's go ahead and get into some appetizer questions. How long did you guys date before you got married?
We got back in February of 2019. So since then.
Okay,
So-
cool.
So we had a little split.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we split. When did we split? It was like the end of 2018. We split for like 6 months and got back in February 2019.
How did you guys meet?
Facebook.
Yeah, she sent me a message after seeing an interview I did on Vice where I mentioned trans women.
But I didn't know that he was a comedian. I literally knew nothing, zero about the comedy world when I met Jim, none. So I thought that he was just this man of something that was talking nice about trans people. I'm like, oh, he's talking about trans people. I'm transgender. And then I was like, oh, wow. And then I learned that he's a comedian and then a fun man, too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so you guys met in person at a show, right? You went to one of his shows?
After we talked for what? She tried to come visit and the government wouldn't let her in. So we wound up.
Crazy.
What? Wait, what?
So when I was in Norway, when I was 18 years old, I got a fine for smoking weed, $100 fine. I'm sure you can classify it as a misdemeanor, really, or a parking ticket. And because of that, I went to the embassy and they're like, look, you're a criminal, can't let you in. So that became a battle, and probably one of the reasons why our relationship worked so well, because we fought for it. It was a 5-year road.
Stop.
5 years to get me into the United States for smoking pot.
For one.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's
Where
insane.
are you from?
Norway.
Wow.
Yes.
So you were over there until you came over here.
I actually relocated to Canada for 2 years because they didn't have a problem with it. So it was closer for him. Now he would be able to come and meet me. And he actually relocated to Canada for 15 months.
During the pandemic, I went up there thinking I'd
lived
be
with
up
me.
there for like 3 or 4 weeks. I thought like, well, the border might close. They said they're
Yeah.
going to close. I was
But
gone for 15 months.
I didn't want to live in Canada. I wanted to be in the States. So that just felt like I was in limbo for 2 years.
Yeah.
And not really knowing from the U.S. Embassy if they're going to give me a yes or no.
Yeah.
So that was a very weird period of my life.
Not
Yeah.
knowing what's going to happen. Like, I finally want to marry somebody. Am I going to be able to? Is she going to be able to get in? And to answer your question, we talked for like 7 months on FaceTime, and then I booked Oslo to go do a gig just to meet Nikki.
Yes, he did a tour and then he met me in Oslo.
I never was going to go there. I didn't want to go there.
That's romantic.
And I'll
Yeah.
have to say, though, if I knew when I first knew about him that it would take me 5 years to get into the country, if I knew that, I don't think I would do it.
No, I wouldn't have
because the
invested.
battle was crazy. It was crazy.
Well, then I'm glad you guys didn't know.
You had no
Yeah, I
idea that
guess.
what it would take. But I think if she just gotten right in, I've been so bad in relationships that I think it probably wouldn't have worked. But because we had to fight for it.
Jim really loves me. I can tell. He really loves me so much.
Yes, I mean, but
And I love him.
yeah, but
Yes.
but I
You're in love.
all right, yeah, I am.
He fell in love.
I did. I did.
He did.
So, Nikki, you're a stay-at-home wife now.
Yes.
What's your least favorite chore?
The laundry. I hate the laundry, but I will say it's much better here because you can put it in the dryer. In Norway, I never saw dryer before. I didn't even know what that was.
Really?
Yeah. So
Would you like old school just hang them on
a wire. Everyone hang on the
real?
wire. Yes, and then the dryer makes it a little easier. But I don't love the laundry.
Yeah. I don't like doing laundry either, but I like doing
No.
dishes even less.
Well, I dishwasher.
Yeah.
In Norway, I didn't have dishwasher neither.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah, they're a little
Wow.
behind. A little
Well,
bit
no,
behind.
I wouldn't say that, but I'm just a little farmy.
So you're old school.
Yes, so maybe a little.
Yeah.
And farmy, yeah, is right. Like our family had horses. Like they are kind of like
Grew up on a farm.
people.
Yeah. Farm people.
Yeah, I don't say that.
Yes.
That sounds shitty, but I don't mean it shitty. But that's
Yes.
just, they raise horses.
In the deep woods
Yeah.
of Norway.
Yeah. So you guys, has there been anything that anyone hasn't asked you yet before I get started? Because I don't want to repeat.
No, I can't think of, I mean, they've asked us everything, pretty much how we met and like all that stuff. Immigration. Yeah, they've pretty much covered most of the bases. But the funny part is that there are people who do think that, oh, Nikki just wants to be a social media star. And it's like, no, the podcast was something I wanted to do. It wasn't her.
Can I just let it be known that I was scared to do the YouTube and I told Jim, no, I don't want to do this. I look terrible. Delete that. So I just, that was all Jim.
Yeah, like I like us together. We have fun together, and she makes me laugh. Like I really enjoy talking to Nikki. And like years ago, I was going to bring podcast equipment to Vancouver in 2018. I was like, I like talking to her, and I think that she's interesting, and it would be
He's my soulmate.
fun to do. But it just didn't happen back then. So that's the one thing that people have this misconception about is that she came here and she's like, I want to be a star. And it's like, no, that's not how it happened. at all.
Yeah. So, Nikki, you messaged Jim on Facebook when he said something nice about trans people.
Yes.
How did you tell him that you were trans?
Well, I had like a little career of my own, I guess you could say. I did webcamming
Okay.
before OnlyFans became a thing. And I'm assuming you kind of Googled me or whatever. And
I think you told me, and I didn't care. Like I was like, I mean,
But then you were like, oh, better text her back,
yeah, yeah,
A
I was,
nice surprise.
yeah. And that was like, people think she still does that. She retired 5 years ago from doing
Yeah,
that.
I haven't done that for 5 years.
But,
And
I
this
had
was
no problem with it.
before the OnlyFans wave. So again, I'm old school,
Yeah.
vintage.
You're far from vintage.
Yeah, very vintage.
Jim, how did your family react when you told them that you were dating someone who was trans and then when you were getting married?
Are you gay? Are you gay?
Your mom asked you if you were.
No, they didn't care. But they did ask me that. But it's a normal question. It's like I'm not bothered by that. My mom just wanted to ask. But I told them at dinner, like the first time we talked was the end of 2016. Like we talked for quite a while. So I told them like, hey, I'm talking to somebody. I really like her. And I went to dinner with them in New York. And I'm like, I'm gonna meet her. Or it might have been after we first met. But I'm like, it's something that's going to continue. And I told them she's transgender. Just because normally I don't tell anybody anything like that. They just find out when they find out. But it was my parents, so I wanted them to not be taken by surprise.
And then we also have an age gap. And Jim's met my family in Norway too. So I was a little scared if, he's older than,
Dirt.
How would it
yes.
be? Yeah.
So if they would accept that with me and an old man, really.
Yeah.
I'm older in my relationship. My boyfriend's like a year younger.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
we're a
that's
lot different than that.
Yeah,
So
well,
1 year
here
is
it's
not bad.
what's the age gap?
29.
I like
still.
to say 30 because
Yeah.
then it's just some of
Yeah.
that.
I like to say 28.
When I get in an argument with my boyfriend, I always tell him, I'm like, you're a child. And he's like 1 year younger. And I
Yes.
love throwing that in his face. We're going to get into some main course questions now. Do you guys ever want to have kids?
I look a lot into the future, and I think it's weird if I picture myself being 50 with no kids.
Yeah.
I think that's very weird. And then you're going to be 80 when I'm 50.
Right, but she says things like this, which is just never helpful. That's a habit she should break. Is just she has these blunt truths. She'll say, Jim, you're going to die before I am. I'm like, I know. You don't have to remind me of that.
I want a family because I left my whole family in Norway, so I do want at least maybe a daughter, maybe.
That's great. Yeah, when I'm dead, I would rather have a Wolverine than a child. I don't want a kid. She knows that. We're working on a dog, But I know, because I have like a little outdoor space in New York,
Yes.
so we could have a dog go and like pee on a little pad, but I know I'd get stuck walking it. If Nikki would walk it, I would get a dog, but I know.
I will walk it. No, I will walk it. And I'm so ready for a dog because I don't have a job. I don't do anything. The dog is going to be my purpose.
What kind of dog are you going to get?
The one out here is so cute. The King Charles.
Yes.
Adorable. But I think we need a hypoallergenic
We have
dog.
to. What are the Cavapoos? I think they're called. They're very
little
cute.
brown toy poodle.
Yeah,
They're
I have
so
a Yorkie.
adorable.
Yorkies are fun.
Are they hypoallergenic?
They're very hypoallergenic because I'm allergic to anything that sheds.
Right. Me too. I can't. My
My
sinuses
eyes
suck.
itch.
I want
It's
to put a little bow.
It's cute.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she wants us to look like absolute homosexuals in the airport.
Yes.
A little bag with a fucking pink ball, and I'm there. You know, I'm
Yes.
gonna go do a gig. Ugh.
Game Time makes getting tickets for concerts and events faster and easier, even if you don't buy tickets right away. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to the show start time. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying concert tickets. Anytime that I want to go see a show, I go to Game Time because it is so easy to use. Save up to 60% off buying last minute for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. You can save money with exclusive in-app deals on select seats, or save even more when you choose a section and let Game Time choose the seats. Check out their all-in pricing feature that shows the total up front with no surprise fees at checkout. Take the guesswork out of buying concert tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code DATE for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code DATE for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. We all know there are things in life you have to compromise on, like a date night spot that's delicious and affordable but has awful service. But when it comes to your health, there is no compromise. So don't go back to that one doctor who brushes off your symptoms and rushes through your appointment time just so that they can catch up on their crossword puzzles. Instead, check out ZocDoc, the place where you can find and book doctors who will make you feel comfortable. They'll listen to you and prioritize your health. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare highly rated in-network doctors near you and instantly book appointments with them online. You can filter specifically for ones who take your insurance, are located near you, and treat basically any condition that you're searching for. Once you find the doc you want, you can book them immediately. Anytime I need to see a doctor, I like using ZocDoc because they'll pair it with my insurance so that I don't have to do that work. So go to ZocDoc.com/date and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/date. ZocDoc.com/date. How has it been creating content together? Do you guys ever get on each other's nerves?
Yes.
Yeah, we do, but
We don't share the same visions.
No.
I'm like, Jim, do YouTube. We should do reels. We should do more of the short. That's what young people watch.
But there's money in YouTube.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's a slow build.
Yes.
But we do surprisingly well together. Like, we don't have big fights over what we're gonna do. The problem is it's hard to find people who you trust who will film you and who you trust with the footage,
Right.
and whose comedic sense. We want it to be funny, not preachy. Like, we want it to be real. And I was just watching one. We had an argument the day the channel went live. She flew home and I didn't greet her properly, and she was emotional.
No, well, I was home in Norway, international flight, 14-hour travel day. And I walk in and he's not even acknowledging me. I think any girl would find that very sad. He's on his computer working, and I'm like,
Yeah.
there's no hug, there's no surprise, no flower.
What's your problem, Jim?
I know, but I did apologize. I don't type like that either. But
Shitty.
I did apologize.
Shitty.
But I did apologize. But anyway, the woman, it was totally real, and the woman filmed it.
We had a girl who films our stuff.
And she was great.
And she opened the door too. He didn't even open the door.
God, you almost got dumped.
I know. I was trying to do
Honestly.
something. I'm not good on the computer, and I was like just trying to fix something, and she arrived earlier than I
you're
thought.
typing like
I was, yeah.
Yes.
You know,
We really are.
Yeah. So
Sniffling.
we had an argument, and the girl who filmed us filmed it, and we want and she edited it for us, and I watched it back recently, and I'm like, we want to show that too. I'm amazed that it didn't get like worse than like I was such an arguer that I just really was just like, hey, I'm sorry, I fucked up. It was stupid. I wasn't a complete dick about it. I was wrong, and I said I was sorry. And she was very
The
emotional.
fact that
but
you were not enthralled when I'm coming home from an international trip was shocking
no,
to
You
I
should
me.
know.
drop to your knees next time.
Yeah,
And she says
literally,
that- she
mouth
said-
open.
she said, oh no, that's not what she's talking about.
There would be no sound.
There's the but there is this thing where she expected the appropriate greeting, and there's a line
Yes.
between like, yep, you're right, but I fucked up, and I watched that argument back, and she's so emotional.
Sometimes.
And to watch myself apologizing and not going to DEFCON 4, I'm like, I can't believe that's the same me that 5 years before. Any girl I dated, it would have been a 5-day meltdown fight. And with her, it was like, we at the end, we're kind of like laughing about it. And she makes me laugh even when she's cranky. It's like, it's a definitely she's the right person. I married the right person.
Of course.
100%.
And a lot of people, I think, don't understand. Some people understand that. Some people can tell that we write for each other, but a lot of people don't get it, you know? A lot of people don't see it, I think.
She's very funny, and that like that type of stuff. I like doing content together because like I enjoy interacting with her. You don't see a lot of couples like us. You hear a lot of people babbling with social messages about this and that and all these things. They're trying to say the right thing, but you don't see just married couples like us where one partner is transgender and the other is not. And it's like it's the same. We fight about the same shit. You know, it's not this. It's not this earth-shattering different thing. She doesn't walk in the house and I go, "You're transgender," and it's not even something we think about. We argued because I didn't react right, like any other husband would have.
But it
gotten
is
shit
also
for.
what you wanted in life, to have a transgender in your life.
I did at one point in my life, not always, but as time went on, and I got older. I'm like, yeah, this is who I am. This is what
and
makes
he
me
hasn't
happy.
had pussy since he's been with me.
Yes,
And I know
that's
that
what
he
I said to my
enjoys
mom when I
that.
told my parents. I said, "Mom, I haven't had pussy in quite a while," and she's like, she said, "Neither is your father." And Dad and I high fived.
Oh my God, that's iconic.
Yes.
So when you guys create content, it's funny because sometimes people think that you're making content for them when really you have to love creating content and you do it for you because you like to
Yeah.
connect and have fun.
Very true.
Do you read the comments ever or do you just
I do. I read my messages, my comments. I read it all.
oh man,
Yes.
that's a slippery slope with
Can
comments.
be. Yes.
We don't always. It's funny.
But I don't feel as offended as I thought I would be because
Right.
most of the people are just like, "Man, you're a man," and I'm like, "You're not going to tell me that I'm ugly or anything." And if they do, it's never specific. Like that's it. Because I think that they know that I look hot, and I think not to be on my high horse here, but I think that that's a reality, and they don't have a lot to attack me on.
Yeah.
The man, like that doesn't hurt me. I get that, you know.
Yeah, it's I've looked at the comments. Like I never check Twitter at mentions.
Big hands.
I just don't because
Just-
I don't like anybody they can say what they want, but I don't like fucking giving them any. I like that they're shouting into a room and they're not being heard, so that kind
Yeah.
of makes me happy. I've checked the YouTube ones and they're nowhere near as bad as I thought they were going to be. Like people were
No,
actually a
it's
lot
been so
nicer.
nice.
And again,
Yeah.
I've been getting beat up online or criticized for. I mean, since 2001, because the Opie and Anthony show was very interactive. So, I mean, it's been like 23 years I've been dealing with this. So it doesn't hurt at this point. Like, I understand what it is.
Yeah.
And most times, they're just showing off for each other and being funny. Even when they're mean,
Yeah.
they are actually just trying to be
They're
funny.
just like making jokes, and
Most of the
they've
time.
made me laugh.
Yeah.
like,
They've
so
said some funny
hard.
shit.
A lot of times, I
Yeah.
laugh out loud. It's funny.
Yeah, we try not to take it seriously because I've said a lot of mean shit in my career. Like, what am I going to cry because people say mean shit about me?
Yeah, they'll use the comment section as like a comedic battleground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we understand that. And then she's very savvy online, and we're not delusional about what people are going to.
I
We don't
just-
expect all flowers and
yeah.
roses. Love you guys, so proud of you. Shut up. We're okay with it.
Well, a few flowers could be nice.
Yeah, but there are. We get plenty of that. We
Where's
get plenty
the
of nice
bouquet,
stuff. Yeah,
please?
plenty of nice stuff.
Yes.
Jim, what's the best gift you've ever given Nikki?
I would say probably the engagement ring is probably the best thing. I don't even know if that's a gift, but I would say I did that really well.
Yes.
That was in Vancouver in the end of May of 2019.
He proposed in Vancouver.
We went on a trip. I did the ring. I had the one knee. I did it right. I got a really good ring that she actually liked.
He filmed it.
I've also,
This is going to be my dessert question, but that's okay. We can skip to that. So for the dessert, and then we'll go back to my other stuff. So for my dessert question, how did you propose?
I set up a GoPro and a regular camera, and we were vacationing in Vancouver, and I wanted to do it. So I took the ring. And I did this. She was just sitting there, and I got down on one knee, and I asked her if she would marry. I just wanted to be more traditional because so much about our life was not traditional.
Very traditional, yeah.
And she said yes. And then I have a photo of her 2 hours later vomiting into a bucket off the side of the bed. She got like food poisoning or something, and it was the perfect tone for the marriage.
Something happened.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
You realize who you said yes to. You fucking threw up.
I threw up all night.
Yeah, I walked in
I
nude.
couldn't even think about the ring almost, but I did a little.
But yeah, I've also bought, there's one of our videos, which is called The First Anniversary Disaster. And it's very real, like where I bought her gifts for our anniversary, and she hated them, but she's honest enough to let me
What
know.
was it?
He's also the first man to ever take me on a date in public. Isn't that crazy?
Really?
Years ago,
Where was y'all's first date?
In Norway. Like, we went to dinner.
Took me
She
to-
said, like, guys she dated had never, there were, a lot of guys when they're with trans girls, like, you know, go on a
Norway
date,
is
we'll order
just
food.
different.
They want to order food in. They don't want to go out.
Right.
Because they're worried about being spotted or whatever. They're pussies.
Yeah, but I've had men in my life and they never took me out. So
Yeah.
I kind of thought my life would always be in secret, at least with a man, you know? I really did, especially in my town.
Well, you guys now are so public. What's y'all's ideal first date? Like, or what do you do when you go on a date?
A lot of dinners.
The
like
quietest restaurant in town.
Yeah.
She has very
Yes.
old lady mentality, which I love. Like, we have the same type of tape.
I hate hot spots.
No,
I
me
hate
too.
functions.
Yeah.
Barbecue might be nice.
Barbecue, but
I know a good place.
Yeah.
My boyfriend owns Terry Black's barbecue over here.
Oh my God.
nice.
Yeah,
I
you
love
guys
a-
have to go after.
I love a
I'll
good
treat you.
barbecue.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
I would say a quiet dinner.
Yes.
We're really weird with that, like, because again, I'm a public person. I'm radio and podcast. Like, I never shut the fuck up, and now she's public, and so when we eat, it's just kind of like a quiet, like the type of place an old guy with a sweater and a tie.
Well,
I like that energy.
He's an old man and he lives life as is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an older gentleman. I'm
Yes,
happy with
I
that.
love that.
Yeah.
I
she's
love
got that mentality.
maturity. It's so sexy.
I want to play a game with you guys.
Sure.
So I have a new addition to this menu. We haven't done it yet. It's my tasting menu. And usually I ask someone a this or that kind of thing, like what do they prefer? But with you guys, I want y'all to close your eyes. And
Okay.
you're gonna have to tell me, you're gonna either point to yourself if you think it's you,
Okay.
or you're gonna point to each other if you think it's them.
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so close your eyes.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's a better cook? Who opens a jar of pickles? Who drives a car? Who pays for dinner? Who does the laundry? Who's more irritable? Who's the most forgiving? Oh, who sleeps in the middle of the bed? I'm like looking up and I'm losing my spot. Who's the little spoon? Who wears the pants? Ooh, who snores louder? Who is the bad influence? Who said I love you first? Oh, okay. Who farts more? Who's more fit? Who has the bigger attitude? Who spends more money? Who pumps the gas? Who's cleaner? Who's more romantic? Who's the top? Who gives better gifts?
Let me think.
Who's more flexible? That was great.
Oh my God, I love that.
Y'all went through that. So okay. So for who said I love you first? You both said that it was you said it first. And Nikki, you said it first.
Oh, I thought I did. Did you? I don't remember.
I thought maybe I did.
Oh.
Because,
I don't remember to be. I thought I did, but I wouldn't.
Maybe you did.
I wouldn't swear to it. It's been a long time.
Yes.
So it's been 5 years. I thought I said it first.
I
but-
don't remember.
No, I don't either.
So did it just come out? Was it in the beginning of the relationship?
It might have been even. I don't remember if it was before we'd actually even met. Just all right,
Probably
I love
right
you.
after you suck my dick. I love you.
No, I didn't.
Oh my God.
No, what I said was.
Oh my God, I'm dead.
No, I don't remember who said it first. I'm not sure, but it wouldn't surprise me if we had said it on the phone first.
Yes,
It might have
I
been
think
there.
it was through a text message, and it was probably not
Maybe.
even like the realest "I love you." Maybe
Yeah,
I
love
don't
you.
know.
Yeah, bullshit. Like
No,
at
not
first.
like that. Maybe just like I want to fuck you again.
Yeah, I don't. I honestly don't remember.
Yeah.
Nikki, how do you feel about open relationships?
I've thought about it, considered it, but I don't think that they ever work. I can't think of any open relationship. I would never want to be in an open relationship
Yeah.
because it wouldn't work out. It just wouldn't.
I would like my part to be open. Like I think that would be fair. But no, I don't think I would be too jealous of her. I don't want my wife.
I've always wanted a married life and a partner, just one partner, and having that is very weird, and I feel blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I've slept with enough people in my life where, what am I going to get out? Like I'm happy with Nikki, and there's nothing. If I look for anything else, it's just the drug hit. It's the high or the dopamine. It's not like real. Like I'm not going to find anybody I'm more attracted to. I've done most of the things I've wanted to do in that area in life, and you still feel like shit afterwards most of the time. So it would be an empty search, and I know that.
Yeah. Nikki, what do you think is the key to a good relationship?
Trust, faithfulness, funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jim obviously is a comedian. Do you guys have a lot of deep conversations, you feel?
Yeah,
Yeah,
do.
I think
I feel like we can talk about absolutely
We cover everything. Yeah.
everything. I've never open up with Jim to anyone else as much as I have with Jim.
Yeah, I mean, it's very comfortable to talk. We don't always, because our brains are different. Nikki is very literal, so I'll say something sometimes, and I'll be 10 minutes into it, and she'll just go, what are you talking about? And I have to go back and start. Our brains are different.
And people always tell me that my English is good and stuff, but I do feel like I process differently when I listen to the language, because it is my second language. So I don't there's certain things that I don't understand the build of. I don't know. Does that
I
make
forget,
sense?
yes, and I forget sometimes that she pretty much thinks in Norwegian and is
Yeah.
I forget that this is her second language because she speaks English so perfectly.
My inside voice is Norwegian. My head voice.
Man, that must be wild.
Yes.
Yeah, it's weird. I forget. Like I'll hear her talk, and it's not a pleasant language. I'm sorry. I'll hear her talking in the other room, and I'm like, she's screaming at somebody, and she's like, "No, we're having a great chat." I'm like,
Yes.
it's a weird, aggressive language. It's not pleasant.
Well, it can also sound cute and sing-songy.
Yeah, at times.
Yes.
Yeah. Where's your favorite place to shop?
Bergdorf.
Ugh,
Damn.
no guy wants to hear
Your
that.
wallet's hurting,
I
bro.
I know.
But I'm careful though. I don't.
Are ya?
No, but people think that it's like the sugar baby thing, and I don't overspend. I have a limit. I'm not crazy.
It's not
I'm
a
really
sugar-
not.
you're my wife,
I'm
but
respectful, and I told him if you would be with anyone other, they would spend way more than I
She
would.
did. She for a long time she loved Macy's. She didn't like Bergdorf, which every husband
Yeah,
is thrilled
I
to hear
first
that.
came to New York and I'm like, wow, Macy's, oh my God. And then I saw Bergdorf and the lady in the first section is like, you want a champagne? And I'm like, yes. No further, but yes.
Yeah, it's one of those things where she blew out one credit card and then, but legitimately felt bad about it. I've done it with
Yes.
credit. It was our first credit card. And then I lowered the limit. But that was it. It was one time and I've had it happen. And she felt
Only
so
one time.
genuinely bad about it. Like really.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it happens.
I think I'm financially
she's more responsible than I would have expected. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like sports at all?
No, I don't think so.
No, you don't.
No.
No, I watch UFC all the time. She wants to do anything but watch UFC.
Yes.
Do you like to cook?
Yes, sometimes.
I feel like I cook the most when my boyfriend watches sports.
Oh yeah, I love that.
That's like my thing to do because we can still be in the same
Right.
like
Yes.
area.
I enjoy the feeling of catering
Yeah.
to someone. I'd like to be a hostess.
Yeah, she's a good hostess. She's actually very good at preparing stuff for people. and making dinner. Like she likes doing that. I'm terrible at that. I don't have that instinct.
But I only know like Norwegian dishes, which
yeah.
he's very boring to cook for because no butter, no gravy, no potatoes. And then I'm like, you're sucking out all the fun in the kitchen. Like I can't even use butter in the pan. So that's why I don't cook for you as much, because you're very, very...
Yeah,
Are you
I
lactose intolerant?
I just don't like it. It's fattening, and it also it makes me do that. So I just don't like it. But Norwegian dishes are all heavy with creams.
What's a Norwegian dish?
Lapskaus. It's like a stew that I make. You love the lapskaus.
That's very good. That's great.
Like a stew.
What's
like
the one I hate?
Fleskoduppe. It's like thick bacon, like this.
That's a pretty language.
Fleskoduppe.
Listen to her and another Norwegian having like a quick conversation.
Arguing with or just talking to my dad
You and your
because we're
dad.
loud.
I'm like, what happened? Do you hate each other's guts? She's like, no, we were laughing. It's a very, very strange language to listen in on. But yeah, the words are really nice. And when they're talking quietly, but when her and her dad are like just talking animated.
I'm from Narnia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite cocktail?
I don't really drink cocktails. I only do champagne. I love a champagne bus.
Yeah.
My
I like
favorite
champagne
bus.
a lot too. Mm-hmm. What do you do to relax?
Champagne. Maybe walk a dog soon.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Look, if we get a dog, I would
so
like
ready.
it, but I just know she'll let it on the bed. I don't want this thing on the bed. Like I know
We're getting a dog in 2 weeks.
She's been saying that for 6 months.
Set the time. No, I'm serious. I'm just going to get it.
Do you know what you're going to name it?
Yes. Taffy.
Taffy's cute.
It's a nice
Yes.
name. Yeah, I want to call him Jeff, and she wants to call it Taffy, so it'll probably be Taffy.
It's going to be Taffy.
Yeah, Jeff the dog was actually what I wanted to call it.
100% Taffy.
But I buy kiss posters and I lay them flat on the floor, and I'm worried the dog is going to step on or get piss on my posters. Like, so I know that we're going to have issues with
What's
with
your
this
dog's
thing.
name?
Penny Lane.
Oh, that's nice.
So the Beatles are my
Sure.
favorite band of all time. So I went to Liverpool
Mm-hmm.
and I saw Penny Lane, like the actual street.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and so I got a dog right when I got home, and one of my most memorable moments from that trip was seeing Penny Lane.
I
What's your
love
favorite
that so
Beatles song?
much.
I really like the new one, Now and Then.
I know his.
Really?
Norwegian Wood.
Have you heard it?
No.
It's a.
I haven't either.
You'll have to go listen to it. John Lennon
Oh,
was writing this
yeah,
song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very good.
and then he died.
The AI, right? The AI helped
They
them.
came back, yeah,
Yep.
and they used AI to like recreate
Wow,
this song.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I really like. I think it's called Something.
Something is really nice. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's George Harrison.
I don't know any songs by the Beatles.
You knew Norwegian Wood. Just
While
trying
My
to say it.
Guitar Gently
Yes.
Weeps is
Awesome.
also beautiful.
Yes, also
I like
nice.
those sad kind of romantic-y songs.
Yeah.
That catch a vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can listen to that in my place all day long.
Yeah,
I
and My
love-
Life is great. Yeah, there's some really. I mean, we're talking about the Beatles like they're a good band. Like we're breaking ground. Like guys, check them out.
Literally
the
the
Beatles.
best.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, this wraps it up. I've asked you all the questions, and I know you guys are promoting YouTube. Is there anything else that you guys, where y'all want people to find you?
No, it's Nikki and Jim NYC is the YouTube
On
channel.
YouTube.
What's coming up next? Or besides obviously getting a dog and
We've been doing podcasts on YouTube.
Getting
just
married
starting
or having a wedding.
a wedding. We haven't done a wedding. We just did it at City Hall.
when is that?
We don't know, but we've been talking. We actually want to do like a wedding or
Very
something that's
soon.
They have great dresses at Bergdorf.
Oh my God. Thank you.
Yeah,
You're
I
welcome.
I just want to have a
God.
party, but she wants like a wedding.
Yeah, I don't want
with
to go to Kleinfeld. It's Bergdorf. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad that was been established.
Yes.
Yeah, so people just check us out, and I hope they like what we're doing. I think it's funny, and I'm not like I like what we've done. So like I look at it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm proud of that. I'm not embarrassed by that at all. Like you do something sometimes, and people edit it, and you're like, what the fuck? It looks terrible.
Yeah.
I like our
Yeah.
stuff.
And we're having fun. We have so much fun together.
Yeah.
And that's really the most important thing for me, at least.
Yeah, well,
so much
that is
fun.
the most important thing when you're doing it because
Yeah.
it's going to go on, I'm sure, for a long time. And if you're not having fun,
Yeah.
then it gets really mundane.
Yeah.
I need a social media manager and somebody in New York who knows how to run a podcast and help set up a podcast studio. That's what we need.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming on. It was a
Thank you.
pleasure
Thank
talking
you
to you
so
guys.
much.
That was great.
This was
Thank you.
great.
I'll see you guys soon. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.
First date, baby.
you really drinking a glass of milk with dinner?
First date.